Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trinity Competitive Racing for round 8 of the Platinum class, and we are back after an unexpected mid-season break due to some difficulties with the game, but everything has been resolved, and we are here at a rainy track in Spain. 12 drivers tonight, and it seems like the Platinum class finally gets their dose of a wet qualifying session, but the rain has been dying down the last couple of minutes, so we'll see if the soft tires end up going on at some point. My name is Camden Luca, back in the booth for the second time this week, and joining me per usual is Golden Class driver, former Silver Class champion, Sir Charles. This is kind of the second time that we've been together this week after we kind of had our own little battle in the race yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good one. A lot of things coming together at the end, but yeah, I think we're going to have a good race here. Obviously, this class always looks good on the show, and really seeing who has the best car control here. I think everyone has at least dry setups on, and there's a lot of snaps of oversteer here, so it's been going to be an entertaining qualifying session, unless it dries out completely, which is slowly heading that way. But seeing the amount of people that are still on track, I'm guessing it's going to stay this way, because I feel like it's ready to dry out. Most people will be on pit road just waiting for it, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting race. Lots of strategies at play, especially with everyone having all their soft tires available, so should be a good one.
And we are at this new layout for the first time, which means if we do get a dry race, which I have gotten reports that it is likely to be a dry race, but maybe some weather early on, we will see new track records because of the chicane being completely eliminated, as we see Gottany Weeb go through that section of the track. 14 corners now instead of 16, which I believe was in the old format.
Yeah, no one misses that chicane, that's for sure. Silent, I think, just threw away a pole time and extended on the exit of the final corner. So he'll be one to watch here towards the end of qualifying. As the Confessor comes off, he's over a second ahead and right on cue. Yeah. Track's definitely speeding up, I think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm just looking at the screen right now, and the raindrops weren't as heavy as they were just 5 minutes ago, but I don't know if we're going to get to a point to where it's going to be dry conditions, because there's only 6 minutes left, and this track is looking pretty wet still, and there's still raindrops coming down.
Yeah, definitely. C-Freeze just improved by half a second, but didn't go up any spots. Maybe one spot. Maybe I think I was just looking. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway.
Getting the rust off after the mid-season break.
I get this, and part of me is a little disappointed because I had a very nice multiplayer car. That definitely would have caught the eye of a lot of people, and I wish I'm kind of upset I didn't get to use that, but. It is what it is. It's just one of them Codemaster things, so it's probably better that we at least know who our teammates are in a race, so.
True.
Hazard drops another couple tenths.
Yeah. And you know what, though? He had a pretty good showing in Austria the last time that we were here for a race. He won the sprint race, ended up finishing 7th in the main event, but showing a lot more pace than he did at the start of the season.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's him just nailing some consistency down, and yeah, we got Just Jose coming off the final turn. He was over a second up at the second split. He goes to P2. Let me see if I can get... Gottany Weeb back in the session here.
I do want to give a couple of quick shout-outs here. First things first, Golden Class driver Whisper will be making an entry here tonight, I believe for the first time this season. And we have a familiar face in the Ferrari tonight. Welcome back, Dirt Shark, to the grid.
Yeah, Dirt Shark. He's I think he's gotten a couple podiums in the Platinum class. Maybe not. He's gotten at least a fourth, I know that, but a multiple-time winner in the Golden class. And of course, Whisper. It was good to see him on the grid. He did not get to race last night, so let me get his weekly race out of the way here.
And we mentioned it before, but Seafreeze is reserving tonight, and as a matter of fact, he is getting all the lap time that he can. He's put up a whopping 7 laps so far here in qualifying.
Yeah, he just had a purple sector 2 as well, so let's see if he can finish this lap off. Tell he's really low on the battery, so he's really trying to get everything he can.
Wow. Yep.
Alrighty. Someone remembers how to drive in the rain.
Yeah.
Forzan was 8/10 up on his time. And runs a full second ahead of everyone.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Seafreeze had his 2 seconds of glory. We all thought he was flying, and then Forzan just did that.
Yeah. So confirming what we all know, Seafreeze is washed. Just kidding.
Yep. Well, what I was about to say before Forzan completely stole the spotlight from him is that Seafreeze definitely hasn't forgotten how to drive. He's shown up to one race this season back at Britain, but he had a 4th place finish there. Considering he doesn't race full time anymore, that's not bad by any means.
No, yeah, and he looked very solid here. We got Dirt Shark coming through the last 2 sections. He's almost 2 seconds up on his time after the second sector split. So let's see what he's got. Gonna make it into the 120s. He does. Goes P3. But yeah, well, I don't think that's gonna hold because the track is quick right now.
Yeah.
Whisper was over a second up as well. I'll move up, but probably not as much as he wants to. P6.
Yeah. And you know that guys like B, Tom, and Jose, they are desperately trying to get back to the line. I think they have plenty of time to do it. But this is when the track is in its prime, and Gottany Weeb as well. He's going to have to be really quick if he wants to get back out on track.
Yeah, definitely. Mebby is 6/10 up through the first sector. There's gonna be a couple other sub 120s. This track is very slick though. I myself in the last corner threw away a bunch of time last fight. That was in the dry. The silent goes P2. Second person into the 119s. Mebby 1.2 seconds up. Purple second sector. Not going to do a whole lot for him. Well, it'll put him up probably in the top 5, but I don't think he's going to be contending for pole here.
Heads into that new turn 13 into turn 14. Let's see what he can do. He's tracking to a 120, and yep, a 120.3.
Alright, that'll be it. That'll be it for him in terms of qualifying. He does not have enough time to get back around. 5/10 up on his time first sector.
Here comes Forzan. Look at that. He just upped his lap. A 1:18.4. Yeah, this track is getting quicker by the second.
That is insane. It's almost 2. Usually we're talking about, like, you know, being 2/10 covering the whole field. Now it's 2 seconds covering top 3. B-Tom 1.8 seconds up through the second sector.
And it looks like Seafreeze is on an outlap. There is no way he's getting back to the line, though, so that will be his qualifying over as well.
He got his 2 seconds of glory, though.
Yeah.
B-Tom should be in the 119s. I don't know how fast it'll be, though. It goes P2. Still a second off Forzan. Overall, be fairly happy with that.
Hold on, here's the thing, though. He did get to the finish line, and with his battery, in these rainy conditions, he could go for a second lap.
Yeah, that's what we saw Forzan just do that a Ace three tenths up through the first sector, so I think that's what he's doing. He's going for it.
Wow.
Now this track's speeding up as much as it is.
Confessor.
Oh, the Confessor!
Wow.
Everyone putting in time. Silence up by about half a second. That'd be good enough to put him ahead of B-Tom, at least for the time being.
Looks like Forzan's qualifying is over. He has had an issue.
Jose goes P3. Seafried is probably feeling really good about his qualifying session until the last minute. Silent goes P2. That's all up to B-Tom. He was only half a second up, but that would get him 2 more spots if he holds it. And area slots into P4, and that is everybody.
So the Confessor, last second, out of nowhere, steals the pole from Forzan, and those times, all of a sudden, got extremely quick, and you said it. 1 minute ago, Seafreeze was on pole, and now he's starting in P9.
I mean, just take a look at Got Any Weave. I mean, he just joined the section really late because he got disconnected. Those are the times they were running about halfway through the session, and it dropped about 5 seconds in less than 10 minutes, so really had to be on your toes for that one. It'll be interesting. Questionable, might have rain at the start of the main race, but yeah.
And I do want to point this out. We have not mentioned this yet. One of the championship frontrunners is not here tonight. Did you notice that?
Oh, what happened to Bama?
Yeah, right? Bama not here tonight. So a lot of points on the line for B-Tom in a crucial moment because he's only 13 points ahead of Bama. But you know what? Somebody who has entered this conversation just as much is Silent. He is 1 point behind Bama right now.
So yeah, but it's gonna be B-Tom versus Silent, and yeah, I mean this could. Man, it sucks that Bama wasn't here. I thought I thought Bama was checked in.
Yeah, we sent him invites, but maybe he's just going to bed a little bit early tonight, getting his beauty rest.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
That could be his championship over if as consistent as B-Tom and honestly Silent has been this year as well. But yeah.
Looks like we have a dry start to the session, and now is the time where we get to sort out top 3 finishers.
Alright, well let me see what I got.
Real quick, Chabar has actually put in the first set of predictions. He has Silent first, Confessor second, and B-Tom third. I can't say I disagree with that. If TCR had a Las Vegas bet, those 3 would probably be favored 1, 2, 3.
All right. Well, you know what? I've done it before at the end of at the beginning of the season. I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to go with the Swede with speed. I want to say Forzan's going to finally put it all together and get the win here. Second. You know what? I think B-Tom, he's been here before. I think he's going to be clutch. I think B-Tom's going to come in second. And I'm going to go Silent for third.
I am not going to pick Silent for the win. I'm going to go with B-Tom P1. I'm going to go with... You got some heavyweights that aren't here tonight. Bam is not here. Bats isn't here. Yeah, I'll go Forzan P2. And then I want to look at... You know what? I'm going to go... Nope, I'm not going to go Seafreeze. I just learned before the race that he's never finished on the podium. I'm going to go with Jose P3. So I'll do B-Tom... who did I pick P2? I think I have to mention. Who did I pick P2? Confessor? Did I pick Confessor?
No, it was Forzan.
Forzan. And then, yeah, P3 will be Jose. I think Confessor and Silent will miss out on the podium. But let's take a look at the strategies for the race. Boy, this is quite the toss-up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, just looking at what can and can't work, I was 100%. Yeah, I was 100% expecting just that. You can pretty much make a lot of strategies work. Mediums, hards is good. Mediums are definitely the best tire around here. They can last a solid 18, 19 laps and not feel too sketchy at the end without really feeling like you're losing pace. Undercut's still pretty powerful, but the softs aren't too bad around here. You can make a soft medium strategy work, although I don't think it's the preferred strategy unless you get a safety car or two that can help lengthen distance a bit. That's what I did last night. I prefer to probably run another strategy, but it can work, and these guys are much better on tires than I am. I will say though, I like just Jose. I'm not kicking myself for not picking him for the podium, but I'm going to stick with my guns regardless. But I did have a race here against Jose a couple weeks ago, and he was absolutely rapid around this place. Yeah, there wasn't much I could do to really touch him. But yeah, I would expect Jose to be up there contending for the podium as well.
Oh boy.
I had Forza and B-Tom and Silent, right?
Yeah. Yeah, hey, when I was forgetting who I picked for my podium, you should have been like, no, Camden, you did not pick Jose. Pick somebody else. That way you get your prediction wrong per usual. Hey, this is what you love to see. Who can't park? Let's see if everybody can park correctly.
We had a lot of not being able to park last night for some reason. I mean, hey, we only had 12 drivers, so it's about time they figured it out. But anyway.
Round 8 of the Platinum class in Spain. Lights out and away we go from the Spanish Grand Prix. Who gets off the line good? Confessor will clear Forzan as they head down the front straightaway into turn 1. Forzan gonna peek to the outside. They're 3 wide though. Back here in the midfield with Jose. Looks like Jose is going to get the advantage over Whisper as they head through turn 1. No incidents.
Really good there. Pretty clean there. We got a little Red Bull, a little swirly at the professional. We got a little swirly. Silent had a really bad start on the hard tires. He's back 3 spots already. You know, I think his teammate might be screaming at him to get out, move on here.
Yep. Well, let's take a look at the positions gained and lost. Whisper gets up 3 spots, and Silent, like you said, down 3.
Those are those softs working. You got to make them work good here. Now, there's a couple options here. You're going for probably short sitting here. As long as you kind of just stay in this train, you can go for a big undercut, I feel like. And the problem is that once you hit, you might drag everyone else in with you. It'll be interesting to see if this will continue to move forward. Again, he did not compete last night, so we don't really know what he's got so far.
Good camera angle as they head down the front straightaway and out of those last 2 corners for the first time in the Platinum class, and I'm expecting we will have a new track record because of these dry weather conditions.
I guess the qualifying record will stick with, I believe it was Rimsley or GTR Lion. I guess he'll have the qualifying lot record for at least the season. But I really like this track. The track is a lot more enjoyable about that chicane.
I agree.
I think you can say that for real. Oh, and Dirt Shark with a big tank slapper. That was actually a pretty good save. And Ganani Weeb is spun all by himself. Oh boy, he used the caboose, and the caboose just fell off.
Something about that uphill left-hander. 2 of them nearly spinning out there, and not a good start for Ganani Weeb.
Meanwhile, Confessor is trying to run off into the distance here, but Forzan might have learned something. He is finally being smart with his battery, although he's using it now, but okay, Forzan, chill out.
I think he forgets that you can turn the battery off after you turn it on.
Yeah.
Looks like Whisper was trying to make a move on Jose, and like you said, those soft tires are cooking. Dirk Shark probably disappointed he hasn't made up any spots, but he was pressuring a Seafreeze until he had his little mishap in turn 7.
Meanwhile, Silent is now pressuring Whisper, so it looks like he's recovered. So yeah, it looks like the... Whisper not a driver who's really been up front in Golden Class either, so he's obviously had a good start to this race. Pace-wise, I'm not sure if he's quite at the same level of the guys he's around, so it'll be interesting to see how long he can hang in there. And we've seen it before, you know, throw some of these golden guys into the platinum class, and you know they rise to their competition level sometimes. And as powerful as DRS and Slipstream is, it can be a little bit easier to do on this game compared to some others.
Whisper currently 6th in points in the golden class. Towards the back, Dirk Shark and Fire Up Flow have been duking it out. Dirk Shark all over his rear wing now as they enter turn 3. Man, I've noticed, yeah, Silent with those hards, he's quicker than Whisper right now. He's really stalking.
I just looked at him. I feel like Whisper, I mean, he has used a lot of battery. I don't know why you'd use battery there when you have DRS. Whisper, I feel like, is definitely running a bit lower downforce because he's got pretty good straight lines. I think that's going to really frustrate Silent until Whisper falls out of DRS of just Jose, which I think might happen in the next 2 or 3 laps. But right now, unless Silent decides to dump all his battery, which he's got a bad exit there, battery, he might go for it here. I think he will. But Whisper is probably just going to hand him a position here. He does. Good move by Silent. There is a Whisper doesn't have a whole lot of battery left, but he didn't really fight it very much there at all, so... Jose's fallen out of DRS and B-Tom, which, by the way, B-Tom just got around Forzan in that last lap, I believe, so...
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of everything that's happening, all the battles and the positions changing, but yeah, B-Tom, and he's kind of staying within range of Confessor, because remember, after the first lap, Confessor had just about a 1 second gap.
The gap really hasn't changed much. I think these two are just going to be working together until they catch Confessor.
Ooh, look at this here, out of turn 10, Nebby trying to switch back, but he's going to stick in line for the time being. These three nose to tail as Whisper getting a little bit of a tank slapper out of turn 12.
Whisper did not have a good lap there. You can see that gap's already for 1.7 seconds. I think it's going to be a double overtake as Nebby's going to follow Professional on through, and Nebby, he had a run on there for a little bit, but I thought he might get greedy there, but he decided not to. Nebby and Professional, two drivers who haven't really had the seasons that they've expected to.
First helicopter shot of the week, actually. I don't know why we haven't gotten any shots beforehand, but positions changing between Whisper and Seafreeze. Whisper not going to fight, not going to give up the fight, but he's going to have to there as he falls down to P9. As Whisper now really starting to fall out of range. Yeah, I think he's destroyed the battery, and well, those soft tires don't have much life left in them, so take that for what it is.
Make it 10 laps, so I don't. But yeah, I think he might have just been a little progressive there at the start.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, and Forzan just out of DRS range. Although he is in it now, as he dumps the battery to try and catch up to the Confessor.
Look at this front straightaway, multiple battles, Professional, Nebby, switching hands, Jose and Silent switching hands.
And knock on wood here, but Forzan actually has the most battery of anyone in the top 5 right now.
No kidding. You're right. Wow. I don't think that's a bet I would ever bet on, but Forzan definitely proved me wrong today, at least for the time being. But yeah, he's caught up to Confessor.
Silent just had a moment, but he kept his foot in it and somehow actually gained time there. I'm not sure how he managed that, but...
Here comes Forzan through this uphill section. It's hard to get the throttle down in these couple of corners, but he is there, and I can imagine he's going to make a pretty easy overtake if he doesn't spin out here on the front straightaway.
Not touching the battery, which is smart. Neither is Confessor. I don't... Oh my word! They made that a lot closer than it needed to be, but anyway.
New leader, Forzan, on lap 8 of the race.
Silent has joined the train too, and he's left Jose behind.
Meanwhile, behind them, we have a bit of a mini train as well with Professional, Nebby, and Seafreeze all nose to tail, and Nebby is just looking for a way around Professional. He's going to have DRS. He's been definitely using that battery all the way down to 17%, but here he goes, and he thinks twice of it. Here comes Seafreeze, sends it in on him, and they both go off the course.
Oh, I think Seafreeze overcooked there a bit, but that was a great fake-out move there by Seafreeze. Oh, man, I think he had it if he just would have stopped in time, but, yeah, maybe he's not going to be too happy about that, so... see what Nebby does.
I almost wonder, should he give back the spot just in case if Nebby submits something post-race?
Yeah, that's a case where you want to give back the spot, because he ran himself. Oh, the Seafreeze almost loses it himself. That would have been a little bit of karma there, but yeah, that's a pretty clear case of just getting the position back. But Seafreeze didn't, so I'll be at the mercy of Nebby there.
Battle up front is close as well. I think Confessor had a nose inside, and as a matter of fact, P3 switching hands. Take a look at this train. This train has gotten a lot more condensed. Silent and B-Tom side by side into turn 7. This typically doesn't work, but B-Tom will stay alive and he will concede the position.
I think that's a good job of just kind of, you know, staying alive there. But you see Silent has no battery. He really dumped the battery trying to catch this train, and it worked for him. Seafreeze gets around Professional, and now Professional's the one pushing Nebby off track.
Jeez, I don't know how they didn't spin out there. Nebby was hooking onto his right rear tire for a good 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think Nebby really wanted to back down, but now Professional's just going to have DRS on Nebby, and it's
no!
Does that. Never mind.
Well, he's still going to get by him, actually. Nebby doesn't have DRS. Well, I think he does, but he just is really slow for some reason.
No, he didn't have it. He was outside of it, so...
That would explain it.
Nebby is probably angry right now.
Oh! At the front, there was just a mishap. B-Tom went off the track. Like, way off the track.
I think Silent did. If you look at the split, Silent is now 2.5 behind the top 2.
Man, there is so much going on. Oh, contact there! Sideways is Professional. He drifts it through the corner, and he will tuck in line behind Nebby. These two going tooth and nail for the position.
I don't think Nebby's too amused with these guys right now. It's a little cheeky from Nebby. He didn't really give a Professional a whole lot of room, but I think he's a bit fed up. Yeah, so now Jose has now joined the battle for third, as B-Tom and Silent have lost a ton of time to the top 2. Too focused on the battle between Nebby and Professional that we did not see, or I didn't see what on earth happened between these guys.
Let's check in with the lead real quick. Confessor closing, but he'll stick in line. There's Silent. He's closing in on B-Tom. Let's see if he can get back around him here as they head down into this right-hander of turn 4. Could look for an opportunity here in this hard-braking left-hander.
Meanwhile, back at the battle for P6, which has been a bit pricey, it's pretty obvious that Mebby is faster than Seafreeze at this point. Hopefully he gets past and checks out. Whisper did pit on the last lap. Vital to get off those soft tires.
Yeah, we've seen contact this week through that corner back there of turn 10. Silent and B-Tom definitely racing very close. B-Tom lost a little bit of grip there out of turn 12. This will put Silent in a good spot to overtake. At the front, though, I want to check on this. Confessor for the lead. Forzan gonna concede the position. Here we go, though, in the midfield. Take a look at Jose. He's trying to get one on B-Tom. B-Tom has to run a little bit wide there. And it looks like they avoid calamity. Oh, no!
B-Tom!
Oh, that was almost his race over. And he's going to lose a lot of time.
Yeah, and you rarely see it for B-Tom. I wonder if he has wing damage or something, because it doesn't seem that particularly fast, which is kind of weird, because he's looking very racy early on.
Yeah, he is on the hards, too, so his tire life should be good for another 8 laps at least.
Yeah, I agree, so it'll be interesting to see his tires, at least compared to Mebby, and you know, if he does have wing damage, maybe come in now. Well, you want to wait for maybe a VSC or a safety car or something. Just trying to get back into it.
Professional Seafreeze. Seems like this battle in the midfield has definitely stuck like glue, and they're kind of in their own little world. But at the front, leapfrog, Forzan back to the lead. And look at this, Seafreeze is blinking already on his battery.
Yeah, him and Mebby murdered their battery recently, so no real surprise there. Meanwhile, back for the battle for the wooden spoon. Looks like Whisper's going to get around Got Any Weave. Of course, Whisper has made a pit stop, the only driver in the field who have made a pit stop so far in this race. So.
Good for him. I do want to shout out real quick, Dirt Shark still holding strong on those soft tires. He has yet to make a pit stop, so I wonder if he's going to try a soft to hard strategy, or if he stays out long enough, maybe a soft to medium.
I mean, it's about when I switched to the mediums, like I said, I mean, usually fine last time, about the last 3 laps, so I think you could pit for the mediums right here. Like I said, it's probably not the happiest of strategies, and it would definitely help if you got a safety car or something to help the tires cool off a bit, but we shall see. It does look like B-Tom has recovered. He has pulled away just a little bit from Mebby that lap. So whatever happened to him, it does seem like he's gotten himself back together. But if I was B-Tom, I mean, right now I can consider going ahead and making a pit stop now and just going for a big undercut.
Yeah, I agree. He's kind of in no man's land right now, so he's not getting that DRS, and like you said, he's not in the best position right now, especially with his rival in the championship ahead of him. So, yeah, I would definitely take a chance. Boy, this battle for the lead, it seems like the last few tracks, Britain, Austria, and now Spain, we've seen this leapfrogging effect for the lead as, it looks like Mebby just went over the curves and he's going to lose the spot to Seafreeze and possibly for Professional as they head into this tight right-hander of turn 12. Mebby not going to concede, and he's going to have
The lead following continues.
Yeah. Switch for the lead once again. Professor getting passed by Forzan. Oh, Mebby went a little bit wide there. Now Professional might be looking to get by Seafreeze here. A Professional has not touched the battery whatsoever. Yeah, as a matter of fact, he is absolutely conserving it to its maximum, putting himself in prime position here late in the race. Mebby also looking way by.
There goes. First person to blink is Professional. I'm surprised of how good he was doing in his medium pass, how much battery he had. He didn't try and stick out and go into the softs. He only need to go about 5 more laps or so. He would make that medium soft edge. Put the hard on and fire up flow behind him. And this is crucial because Professional, look where he's going to come out behind Whisper, and that's just going to hold him up here. So this undercut might not work.
At the front, these two battling really hard within 2/10 here for the last 5 or so laps, and Forzan just going to stick in line. I don't think he's going to try anything, although he has DRS in a turn 10. I am impressed with Forzan thus far, though.
Yeah, looking pretty smooth. Yeah, really being conservative with the battery as well. You see Silent at the pits. Again, these guys are only like 4 or 5 laps away from making Twisted hard, so the softs be able to go to the end. Kind of surprised we're seeing that right here. Sign goes into the fresh mediums.
Meanwhile, look at this. B-Tom has closed back in on Jose. And these two are going to be going at it, as B-Tom probably on the preferred tire at this point in the strategy, as we have eclipsed the halfway point in the race already.
This race is pretty fast. One of the faster races when you don't have any safety cars, which, by the way, are going to the fastest race next week. No safety cars at Monza, which I believe is also the TCR Grand Prix.
That would be correct. Yep, next week, TCR Grand Prix. You want a little reminder as to how that goes. We will have 2 5-lap races to start out the event. A little bit of points will be given out, not as much as a sprint race, but little bonus points up for grab, and then that will set the order for the main feature. But back in the race, Forzan blinks. He comes into the pits.
So does B-Tom. I think this is going to be good for Forzan. I'm assuming he's going to put the mediums on. It'll be interesting. If Confessor stays out a little bit longer, will he try and put the softs on? It'll be interesting. Or does he respond? Because if he responds next lap, I think Forzan will undercut him. It might be enough, as B-Tom also puts on the mediums, it might be enough to break DRS.
Here comes B-Tom out of the pits. He's going to come out right ahead of Whisper in P7, Forzan P5.
Alrighty, and now meanwhile, Mebby and Seafreeze together again.
Yep.
Professor responds. So why is it?
Oh, no!
And honestly, good job on him for not hitting into the pit wall. that was almost a disaster.
Wow. You know what I think that was? There's a bump coming into the pits on pit entry. I caught the tail end of that. I'm not sure if you caught it, but I think he probably hit that bump and it just sent him straight off the pit access lane.
And honestly, you could tell he was wide, like, before he even got to the bump. Like, I could tell it was not going to end well, and thankfully he recognized it just in time. And let me tell you, I mean, even last night, like, I knew that bump was there, and I still came awfully close to that pit wall, but pit entry's a little tricky here. If you don't practice it, that will happen. Now if you're Forzan, just stay calm. You have fresher tires and silent behind you. Of course, he probably has no idea what just happened to the Professor. He'll figure it out when he comes out the next lap, and how suddenly, whenever Professor pits, and he's suddenly 6-7 seconds ahead of him, but yeah, I think Forzan, he has the pace. Just no mistakes.
Let's try this again. Confessor, definitely a lot more conservative that time on pit entry, and now he just needs to not speed, and he is good. The question is, where will he come out?
Yeah, and I think Jose is going to the next lap to put the softs on, definitely. And there's the soft. There we go. They are going to be really angry at the end of the race. How long will he hold this professional? But yeah, he's going to be so far behind Forzan, I don't think it's going to matter, though.
Yeah, and Forzan's probably wondering, why am I so far ahead of Confessor right now? The Confessor, I like this strategy, though. Regardless of how the tires would be at the end of the race, especially considering what just happened to him, I think this is the right move.
I mean, and this strategy worked. Like, I made this work on another league race too, but like I said, I had a couple safety cars that helped me out. I really liked the way it, it felt, and I felt pretty confident with it. So, that's why I tried it last night. It didn't really work out last night for some reason, but this is a viable strategy that Confessor's on, and he will be absolutely rapid for a couple laps here. It's just a matter. I mean, he's 7 seconds behind Forzan right now, and even if he does catch Forzan, will he have anything left when he does? Jose, he'll pit. He'll definitely be putting on the sauce. Forzan, that's fast lap race for
which, as of now, is the new track record.
I mean, is it really the same track, though?
I've had this argument this week, actually. I think so. Because if that's the case, then you gotta think about all the reconfigurations throughout time of any track. Do we go and adjust the track records based on the eras of the tracks?
Probably.
Oh, take a look at this real quick. Mebby switch pack under Jose. Jose's got the better tires, though. Let's see how this one will result.
Yeah, maybe just tag on with Jose. Get away from Seafreeze. Maybe try and catch Professional. Professional's on the hard tires. I think he'll be kind of a sitting duck for these two.
Yeah, Mebby's gonna probably wait for the front straightaway here, but Jose goes a little bit wide, though. Looks like Mebby will set himself up for a strong turn 12, and this is not over just yet.
Confessor, new lap record. Even if it's, let's be honest, even if you don't count the last permission, it's still a lap record.
You know
use
that
a lot of battery that lap too, and meanwhile Forzan is just. I mean, Forzan for once has much better battery compared to the bottom two, or the two guys behind them, I should say.
Yeah.
And why did Whisper pit?
Yeah, I was just scratching my head about that. I don't see what the benefit is from this, because he's going to lose a lot of time in a lot of positions. Those hard tires were definitely good to go to the end, so I'm not exactly sure, but...
Yeah, I mean, he had I thought, looked like to me he had an easy P9. No, I mean, it may not be easy because Dirt Shark was there, but easy P10 probably. I mean, he probably would have had to work for it, but still, I don't think he's gonna. He's not catching. He's not making up 14 seconds unless someone makes a mistake.
Well, I gotta say, I know there's a long way to go, but my podium prediction for Jose is not going to plan right now. He's back in 7th and desperately trying to get back by Mebby, and I think he's going to get this position pretty easy.
Next lap he'll dispose of Professional. So still a solid run for Jose. He'll have to battle with Mebby probably for a top 5 here, but still a solid run here.
I do want to point out real quick. What's up?
I was just going to say, Tom in the comments is asking if Jose is the most underrated Platinum driver. I mean, yeah, we don't really talk about him a whole lot when we talk about guys in contention for the win, but I mean, he's always around the top 5 there or thereabouts, so I think you can make that argument.
Take a look up front though. P2, Confessor has caught Silent, and he is going to get around him. So now all Confessor has to do is get back up to Forzan, but he's got a long ways to go to do that.
Yeah, and like I said, with soft tires, I mean, he might catch him in another 5 laps. Jose does get past Professional. He might catch him in another 5 laps, but those tires won't have much left. And I mean, then you just look at the battery. Confessor definitely has the pace to do it. I think he can do it, but Forzan, you've been close before, buddy. Just hang on and don't make any boo-boos here.
Mebby just breathing on Professional, and this is another guy that really should just not have any boo-boos here, as we have a boo-boo at the back. Dirt Shark has a boo-boo. He goes around in turn 4.
Thankfully, not had anything, so no safety car or VSC. And that's what Whisper needed to get back into the points. Now I think Whisper will get a point.
Whisper's going to be like, see? I told you guys this was the right strategy. And we're going to look at him and be like, no, it was not the right strategy, Whisper. I don't care how many points you get. It was still a bad decision.
Maybe on Professional. I mean, even just looking at that last lap, I mean, the Professor cut out, what, 7/10 of a second that last lap, so, I mean, that'll give him another 4 laps or so, and he'll be at Forzan by the next at that point. I think what we'll just have left is Dirt Shark comes into the pits, probably put on the sauce, maybe go for a fastest lap here, see what happens.
Go for a new track record.
Yeah, have your name in a record book for a year. Or season.
You know that thing with Larry McReynolds in NASCAR back when he was like, and it's a new track record.
I love that when they all said it in unison too. That was so great. Where's Ryan Newman?
Off winning championships in SRX somewhere. Man, I will say, it's about time that we had a race like this season, because it seems like every race so far has just been intensity, you know, chaos, safety cars. This is a nice, relaxing, safety car-less race. It's been very at ease, you know. There really hasn't been much intensity.
Still have 7 laps to go, and the Confessor did take another, you know, half second or so out of Forzan's lead that last time. But again, Forzan has yet to touch the battery. I just wonder how much those tires are going to have left there at the end. Silent looks like he's pretty comfortable in P3. B-Tom looks like he's all by himself. Jose could have his hands full with Mebby at the end, if Mebby can just stay on him. Professional and Sea Freeze. So here we go, the nice reunion. They're gonna have a battle here. Relax.
Yeah, Seafreeze in P8 right now. I'm sure he would have liked a little bit more, but he kind of got screwed at the start with that unfortunate qualifying session, and he hasn't really gained much, but he could be looking for a spot right now on Professional.
Forzan, the Professor again, 7/10 faster. Forzan at last lap.
Seafreeze blinking like a caterpillar dump truck as he gets by Professional. Professional, though, is he gonna make a move? He's gonna stick right behind him.
Gave him a little tap there.
he was like, hey, you're going too slow. I'm gonna push you into this corner.
Hello. They got to get ready here. Oh, Dirt Shark did not set the new track record. I was getting ready to do the whole track record thing, but I guess we'll have to wait.
Yeah, I'm not too confident in that because Confessor currently has it on softs, and it's a 1:13.2. So he might be keeping that record.
But the Confessor was only 0.3 of a second faster than Forzan that last lap. He just made a bit of a mistake there, so this could be Forzan, or this could be Confessor kind of seeing the last hints of a win fade from in front of him anyway, as, you know, Professional and Sea Freeze.
Little former teammate reunion between these two, like you said. Seafreeze gonna get a nice switchback. They're side by side into this left-hander, both giving a good amount of respect now. Will they lift into this left-hander of turn 7?
Seafreeze does just that.
And of course, Seafreeze, former 3-time platinum champion, holds most of the records in TCR. And if you want to learn more about that, we did a podcast episode a couple weeks ago which discussed all of the TCR records, so go check that out.
Confessor is only a 10th faster than Forzan that last lap. A little lap-by-lap update here, and I think this is more of your Forzan. It's kind of starting to use the battery a bit. Dashing hopes that Confessor has. Really make him overdrive the car to try and catch you. Set sail.
Oh, this is good stuff here. Professional gonna peek inside. Yeah, probably a good thing he lifted right there. But these two showing how it's done.
He's got onto the grass a little bit on the exit there. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's not exactly the racing line. Not sure if he has the racing line on, but Seafreeze, that is not the racing line. Professional looked like he lost a little bit there in those last couple corners. He still might be able to get by Seafreeze, but this is really the only thing happening on track because at the front, Confessor is slowing up his reign on catching down Forzan.
Yeah, did have a slightly better lap that last time, for 4/10 out of him, but again, if you just look at the battery, I think the hopes for a win are starting to fade if you're a Confessor.
Yeah, definitely. Which, hey, you said it at the top of the show. Forzan's been close this season. He's only gotten one podium, which is unbelievable considering he's finished on the podium just about every race. But he's looking to finally break through and get that victory. Oh no! What just happened? Oh, that was a glitch. Okay. Don't do that to me, game. I don't know if you just saw that. Forzan just went straight off into the wall, and it showed his wing breaking off, but clearly that was just a glitch, man. Yeah, I think I just had my first heart attack of the night. Wow. Oh, boy.
Forzan did use some battery damage. Professional and C Freeze are going to be swapping places again. Here's 3 laps to go.
Will they?
Yep, C Freeze playing coy.
Man, I cannot get over what I just saw with Forzan going into turn 11. Oh gosh, I need to meditate or something.
That was like worse to me when someone retires in the pits. Like, come on, man.
Oh boy, it looks like he's doing his job though. He's not doing what the game is wanting him to do apparently, and he's holding his own here with just a couple laps to go.
It'll be interesting to talk to Silent and D-Tom about what happened. Because if you remember back early in the races, 4 or 5 car train at the front, and then D-Tom and Silent either got into each other, or whoever was in third really had a big moment and kind of broke up their group here. It's really kind of what set this race apart, and kind of the reason why everyone's so spread out right now, at least in terms of like the top 5 or so.
Here comes Seafreeze from the overhead shot. We're going to take a look at it from this camera angle, and he's going to, once again, stay in line. Meanwhile, I do want to shout out real quick, Whisper will get a point. So I guess you can say his strategy worked out. Right? Oh, got me, Weeb. First victim of the day. I'm surprised and not surprised that it took this long.
Yeah, we were almost perfect. Almost.
So close yet so far away. Do you have a total as to how many wins Forzan has? I believe it's... Is it only a single win?
It might only be a single win. I'll pull up the stats real quick here.
We are on the final lap. We'll check in on that in a second. But Forzan looking for a long-awaited first victory of the season. As like I said, he's had a couple slip through his fingertips in the first half of this season 16 of TCR. Professional gonna go defensive this time. These two are gonna duke it out here. This may be 4P7 now, and Seafreeze will get it. Let's see if Professional ends up fighting back here in the turn of 4, but Seafreeze's got a good corner exit there. Oh, Professional gonna get sideways on the curbs, makes a good save, and that will do it probably for this position.
Oh no, Whisper gets a time penalty.
Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, it's my turn to get a penalty. Do we have a total on the Forzan win account?
Nah, I'm having trouble getting to the website.
Alright, no worries. As he heads through turns 13 and 14, this has been long overdue for Forzan. He comes to the line. Forzan wins the Spanish Grand Prix Round 8 for his first victory of Season 16.
Well-deserved win. He didn't make any mistakes when everyone behind him did make little mistakes, so... definitely a bit overdue. But, everyone else, pretty solid run. Solid run from Jose, and Nebby was about to have something to say to Jose. I think them soft tires starting to give up there just slightly. Seafreeze over Professional. And Fire Up Flow, a long ways back in a lonely P9.
I don't think we've mentioned him once. He had a very quiet race.
Sometimes it's a quiet race.
Yeah, it's very true. Here comes Dirk Shark all by himself. I think he needs a car wash. His car has been in the dirt a little bit. Oh, and we have this glitch again. Oh, it's alright. We know we're maybe finished.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Forzan only has one win. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, yes, he only has one win. That's his only podium before this year. He had that one win. So I think he has 2 podiums. Which is hard to believe. He has second win in TCR.
Forzan for the second time on the top step of the podium, and yeah, I'm just looking through the comments right now. Yeah, that is one of the most heart-stopping moments I've had, either commentating or racing. That I thought he had blew it, one of the biggest chokes in TCR, but he holds on, despite what the game was giving us. Forzan second platinum class victory.
I had two of my 3 predictions correct. Just needed B-Tom to get up there in P2, but like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happened between him and Silent, if anything. It could have just been the guy in front got loose. But yeah, Confessor does nail the fastest lap point. So 19 points to him.
Yeah. I'm taking a look at the race director. There was a handful of people with 2 warnings. So I think we definitely avoided a lot of potential penalties. All right. So in what was definitely the most tame race of the season, we're done at 10:02. This stream has been going for only an hour, but we do have the post-race interviews, and I will get those set up right now. We'll talk to Forzan. We'll see what he has to say. I'm sure he's psyched about that. Let's see. So I'm inviting Forzan, Confessor, and Silent.
Alright, I'll go ahead and join the other, I guess, the Discord chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sounds good to me. We'll wait for them to get in here. If you're watching, thanks for tuning in. Next week we have the TCR Grand Prix, the TCR equivalent of our Super Bowl, if you will. So make sure to tune in next week. And of course, our podcast should be back up next week, so check in with that as well. Looks like we got one in here. We got our co-com in here as well. We'll just wait for the other 2 to get in here, then we will start this thing up. And really, though, we're not in any hurry. This, like I said, this was easily the quickest race of the season, so we'll give it a minute or 2. Got another one. Waiting on one more, and then we can get this thing up and running. All right, well, we do have our 3rd place finisher, so I think we're going to get this thing kicked off with our 3rd place finisher, Silent, coming home in P3 today. Another solid run for you. I think one of the key moments of the race that I saw, you and B, Tom, were going at it for a little bit. I think we caught the tail end of it in turn 3, that long right-hander where B Tom went off the track. Just talk about that and what it was like battling with him.
What answer are you looking for here? I don't know.
Just how you.
It was all pretty clean.
Yeah, how you thought the battle went.
He just had a little moment. So I just when he had a snap of oversteer, I had a little front wing tap. So I guess that further sent him off a little bit, but I couldn't do anything to save it because we were like nose to tail. So yeah, I couldn't do anything to avoid him. But besides that, it was really clean. We had some battles. I think it's a turn 6 or whatever, which was actually really nice. We were side by side for like a couple of corners until he conceded. But yeah, pretty clean overall tonight somehow.
Charles, you got any questions?
Had it not been for that moment that kind of separated the top 4, do you think you had the pace to maybe keep up with the top 2?
Yeah, it would have been an easy P2 at the minimum. That cost me the DRS to Forzan, and that cost me DRS to Forzan, and also probably if I didn't get such a terrible start, I probably would have also had stuck in the mix. So.
Well, that's all I got. But yeah, good race, good result regardless. That's probably not exactly what you're looking for, but hey, the gap to the front, the top of the points is only 11 points now, so moving in the right direction.
You mean 36 points?
Cupid.
I'm going based off of what the standings say, so I'm not questioning anything. So going into the race, what I have it says Silent has 114 points. B Tom had 128. So that's what I saw. I'm not the one that does the platinum standings, so go complain to whoever does that. If it's incorrect.
But. Oh no, I'm just saying, like, because I'm gonna miss Japan or whatever. That's why I'm tacking on another 25 points to whatever the gap is now.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's move on to our round 8 winner, Forzan. Long-awaited win, I feel like. You've had a couple of opportunities this season slip through your fingertips, and you get your second Platinum Class victory overall, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
How are we feeling?
Sorry. Yeah, no, it was fun. Really sweaty. Yeah, I don't really know what to say really, because this has been such a long time coming. Like, I should have at least like 3-4 wins this season, in my opinion, so far. But circumstances has made it so I haven't gotten them. But yeah, no, I'm really happy to finally be able to say that I actually like won a race this season. So really happy for that, of course.
Yeah, and if I had to pinpoint a certain time in the race where things really changed for you, coming into the pit lane, Confessor completely missed the pit lane. He had a huge moment, nearly hit the pit wall, and that easily cost him the race. But he did end up putting on the soft tires, and he was starting to close in on you. Were you concerned about that, or were you pretty confident that your strategy was going to help you win the race?
I was pretty confident that his tires were going to die off, so I wasn't worried at all. I was mostly driving at like 80%, and then more towards the end, like I was starting to push a bit more once I saw that he started getting within those 2 seconds. So, because I was really trying to conserve my tires as well, and try and conserve a little bit of ERS. So if he would have catch me, I would be able to be faster than him towards the end and have battery to attack or defend from him. So, yeah, no, I was a little worried at first when he went for the softs, but then I remember that Spain is a quite high tire wear track, so then it calmed me down a bit.
Right on. Charles, any questions for our round 8 winner?
No, I think it's been. I think you pretty much covered everything. I mean, good race, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's about time. You know, you've had a lot of things just not quite go your way. It's about time you finally had a race where everything kind of went your way. When did you get your last win? 'Cause I feel like it's been quite a while. Do you remember when your first?
I mean, Abu Dhabi. Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. I'm always gonna count Abu Dhabi this season with the safety car incident that got me the 10-second, but I'm always gonna count that as my win because technically it was the game that caused it. But my last official win was Miami season 14.
Okay, that wasn't nice. That's still a year ago, but yeah, still. I mean, regardless, it's been a while. Like I said, I think you, like I said, this one's well learned, and I think you'll think you can get a couple towards the end of the season. So yeah, good job today, and yeah, look forward to next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Forzan, nice job. Definitely well-deserved win. You did everything right, but there was a moment, I'm sure if you go back and look at it, it's around lap 31, there was a glitch with the game where it showed your car going straight off the track and into the wall. And Charles saw it too. Both our hearts stopped. And everyone on stream saw it. We thought you had blown the race, but that's just that's how Codemasters has been lately. But yeah, man,
Yeah, I mean,
congrats on the
considering
win.
they fucked up the equal cars twice this game, I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, that's why we're racing this week instead of last week, because the game literally prevented us from racing last week. So, but yeah, anyways, congrats on the win, and yeah, this has got to be the shortest stream that we've done in a while. Just over an hour on the stream as I'm looking at it. Charles, any final thoughts? There really wasn't much intensity compared to the rest of the races we've had this season.
Yeah, I mean, are we sure this is a platinum class race? I mean, I feel like someone should be trying to punch somebody.
I don't know.
There's always some sort of tense battle. Someone's always mad at me in these races. But I mean, honestly, it is. While this might not have been the most exciting race, it is nice to have a race where everyone, just take a deep breath and yeah, we don't have anyone upset at the game or anything weird happening or anyone else. So yeah, you need these races every now and then. Like I said, I think it was overall a pretty good race. A lot of different strategies going on, but yeah, it's a little different today. And but yeah, we saw some good battles here, especially in the first stint. But yeah, it was good, and I'm sure the intensity will pick up right back next week since the TCR Grand Prix, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more action there.
That's right. Next week, TCR Grand Prix returns to Monza for the second season in a row. It'll be a long night compared to this night, a couple of 5-lap races, and then we will have the normal 50% race. It's going to be a good one, but that will do it for tonight. My name is Camden Luca. That is Sir Charles, and we will see you next week in Monza for the TCR Grand Prix.